Hey guys, HW back with another vid. Just looking down the road, New Southhead Road, towards Rushcutters Bay Park, and we're at the end of Bayswater Road, or the intersection of Bayswater Road and also William Street, and that's what we're here for today. We're here to walk down historical William Street. And as I look over the road there, that set of shops just there, I remember there used to be a pizza shop there called Elvis Pizza. Do you remember that? Any of you know this area would remember that shop. But all the traffic that you see emerging from those tunnels up there, there's the William Street tunnel, so that's obviously cut off part of the street, and there's also the Cross City Tunnel and also the Eastern Suburbs Railway. Back in the old days where William Street sits now, there used to be a farm there, or it used to be farmland. And we're going to get along William Street and have a look at a few historical places today as we head down this famous street. But what I was going to say about William Street was when they put in the Eastern Suburbs Railway, the William Street tunnels and the Cross City Tunnel came a lot later. They did away with something like 115 houses to make way for those two pieces of infrastructure, the Eastern Suburbs Railway and the William Street Tunnel. So in a moment, because I can't walk up the tunnel itself, there's no pedestrian access, it's only cars only, but we'll snap off. I'll quickly skedaddle over the hill, and then I'll rejoin you on what's the proper part of William Street for pedestrians, which is just below the Coca Cola sign on Darlinghurst Road, King's Cross / Potts Point. Also, what I was going to say about the William Street Tunnel up here is, in a couple of months' time, there'll be thousands of feet running through that tunnel as part of the City to Surf run. Let's have another sweeping look down William Street as it meets Bayswater Road and New Southhead Road. There's the Eastern Suburbs Railway just there. Originally they were supposed to go all the way to Bondi Beach, but it stops at Bondi Junction. The residents around Bondi didn't want a train line coming out there, because the idea is that if you put a train line there, you get undesirables coming into the area. So go figure. So here we are on the first stop after the start, Coca Cola sign. Now I guess we're not officially in William Street now, but William Street is below us via the tunnel. But we're on the corner of Darlinghurst Road, and I can't remember what the other road just here is. I think it's... No, I can't remember. You'll have to look it up. Oh, you'll have to look it up yourself. No, actually, we are officially in William Street according to this sign. But I'm pretty sure this little side street here is called something else. But anyway, let's go with the signage from Sydney Council. We are on William Street, corner of William Street and Darlinghurst Road. Darlow Road. In a minute, I'm going to cross over. I'm going to cross over now. I can say if I stand behind these bouquet of flowers here, large bouquet of flowers, I could set up the camera right on top of the William Street tunnels just here, and then give you a bit more of the history before we start walking down the William Street proper itself. I'll give you a view towards the city hopefully. Alright, back to the history of William Street. So a bit of a historical tidbit. In the 1880s, the very famous Australian bush poet writer Henry Lawson lived in a boarding house along William Street. Don't ask me where that is, it's probably long gone. There was a number of pubs and nightclubs dotted along William Street back in the day, including the infamous 50-50 Club, where the ladies of the night plied their trade via the tutelage of a Miss Tilly Devine, or Mrs. And we're going to have a look at this in a moment. I'll save it. There's a particular place we're going to have a look at as we walk down. But William Street was used for a tram line in the late 1800s to travel along William Street out to Watson's Bay, and they ended that. What's the date that they ended that tram service? Don't think it really says. 1960 they closed the tram service, and then the buses and trains took over. So we were at the eastern end of William Street just before, down near Rushcutters Bay, and then, as I said, the William Street tunnels and train line cut all that off. But back in the day, apparently up on this hill up here, there was a bunch of mansions, so they all probably gave way for the works that were going on below them. Now, I should take this moment to do the weather observations too, yeah? So as we approach this winter solstice with speed in Sydney, it's tomorrow, the shortest day of the year. We've been getting some cold temperatures. Woke up this morning to 5 degrees, but with the westerly wind chill, it took us down under 1 degrees. 1 degree Celsius, that is. So Sydney siders are suffering because we're not accustomed to cold weather. We normally have warm weather all year round, but when we do get the cold weather, we don't have basements with boilers and wood heaters and everything like you do in the northern hemisphere. There's not much central heating in Sydney homes. Pretty much not until the sort of late 80s, early 90s did people start to get air conditioning in their houses. Up until then, it was just all fans and evaporative coolers. These days, probably the most popular air conditioner is a split system. So some people use that to heat their home, but they're not needed all year round. So if you go further up the coast to Queensland, you go to the Gold Coast. Traditionally, there's never been much air conditioning up there either. It's all been ceiling fans because of the high humidity up there. So yeah, that's me whinging about the weather. Very cold. I think actually I better look at the temperature, what it is now. It's just after lunch. I smashed down a famous sandwich, which I'm gonna put in the bonus footage at the end of the vid. But right now, It says it's only, or it feels like 15.7. As per Observatory Hill, we're just over the maximum today. We're at 17.1 degrees Celsius. And the wind is currently from the south at 2 kilometers an hour. Alright, let's kick off the walk just above the William Street Tunnel. There's the O'Malley's Hotel right on the Johnny Horner there. Now if you come to Sydney as a tourist, you'll no doubt probably walk this street to get yourself between the city, Hyde Park and King's Cross. And you'll see a lot of backpackers walking up and down this street to save the train fare into the city or the bus fare. And then on busy nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, you'll see a lot of punters walking in between the city and the cross as they go on their drink binges. This No Birds car rental place, this has been here for a long time now. It's been here at least since the early 90s that I can remember, maybe even before that. The other name for it's Bayswater car rental. There's a bus to Watson's Bay. Pretty busy street, taking cars in between the city and the eastern suburbs, so it is going to be quite noisy, unfortunately. It's a fairly old joint over there, Grenville House. I can't see any numbers. I'm looking for numbers because I'm looking for a certain number in particular. The numbers are the numbers are going the other way by the looks of it. I'll keep going. If I spot it, I spot it. If I don't, I'll leave it out. I'll have to have a goosey gander at those historical stairs over there while we're here. Oh, here they are, the charred stairs, all constructed of sandstone in 1925. Beautiful set of stairs with lamps on adorning the top. So how about we've got an entrance there and an entrance there. Let's walk up one way and down the other. This laneway, which intersects with the stairs and Forbes Street, is quite nice looking. Old church building on the corner there. Even this building just here is quite entertaining. I remember back in the old days, all around here, near these stairs and out on the road just here, there was tons of transvestite hookers plying their trade. But they all got cleaned up a long time ago. You won't see them anymore, but there used to be at least a dozen parked up and down this street, walking up and down. I think I got my numbers wrong, so I think we will still see the historical building that I'm looking for. Never seen that before. Cocoa chocolates. Oh, they've got some ice cream sandwiches on offer. Creamy ice cream. And they've got a gluten-free cookie option. I willed that light to go green. Just here on the end of Burke Street, that entrance down there, I don't know whether you can see it, it says Wollongong and Canberra. That's a sneaky way you can get into the motorway to take you out to the airport and eventually towards Wollongong and Canberra way. So it is a very busy intersection around King's Cross and William Street. This hardware store's been here for a while too now. Sorry, getting my words mixed up. This hardware store has been here for a while now too. I meant to say. That's just there, that's the sneaky way, Palmer Street, to get onto the bridge if you don't want to pay the toll. If you go to the Cross City Tunnel, you got to pay a toll, so a lot of traffic will turn down that way from the eastern suburbs. Let's get crawling again. There's a Sydney Boulevard Hotel over there. Oh, that sun almost blinded me then. I'm gonna have to get down a bit further. Actually, you know what? We might have to cross the road to see this historical building. Yeah, we will. But yeah, there's the Boulevard Hotel anyway. Let's sneak across here. So there it is at 101 William Street. What back in the day was known as William House, but now it's called the Hub, so it's obviously some sort of office hub now. But back in the day, it was the sole distributor of Chrysler and Plymouth cars in New South Wales. 1935 it became that. So no doubt there would have been showrooms on the bottom floor there of the Plymouth cars and Chryslers ready for sale. At least we've got the historical Strand Hotel right on the corner as well. But this whole bit here, I think 101 to 115 was where the car dealership was. The Strand Hotel. Pretty sure this is Crown Street. We're sneaking across here. Oh, there you go, 1923, the Strand Hotel. So it would have been there when the car dealership was there. It's a pretty old building over here as well, or two of them side by side. This one's called the Devon Buildings. I don't know what year that's from. I can't see any year marker on it. I couldn't really see it mentioned in the history pages either. And then there's Stockton House on the corner. Let me quickly look it up, see if I can find the year. I can't be bothered getting my glasses out. I'll look up these three: Newcastle House, Devon Buildings and Stockton House later, and see if I can find some information. And I'll pop it in with a text. But there's somebody who's made use of the historical past of William Street being a car dealership. The Chinese company BYD is flogging their electric vehicles out of Stockton House. And then right next door is a Hertz car rental place. That's been there for a long time. I've rented a van from there many moons ago. Let's get going again. And even the Hertz car rental is in what's called the Bedford Buildings, or the Belford Buildings. That'll be another one for me to do homework on. There's yet another hotel. There's the Hyde Park House. I'm pretty sure they got a rooftop bar. So when you come to Sydney, if you want to have a nice view of the city and have a drink, that's another option for you. I thought I might have to cross the road, but I think we're going to get a better view from here. Just behind that bus shelter there, that old sandstone building you see, Oh, is it sandstone? No, it's got smaller bricks. Oh, it's got some sandstone footings anyway. But then it's got some smaller bricks up the top. And behind the tree as well. That was a public school up until 1950. It was called the National School. It sits on the land of the Australian Museum. Up until 1950 when it was a school. And before, so 1950, they returned the property back to the museum. And now it's a storage locker for some of the exhibits in the museum. So there's the Australian Museum coming into frame now. And then we can have a sneaky little look at the side of the National School. Looks like it's had a few changes over the years. Windows taken out, doors taken out from the different coloured bricks, and a new roof. There's the Australian Museum in all its glory. Remember, when you come to Oz, the Australian Museum is free. It's free entry. You can get in there and learn all about Australia, all about its wildlife, its flora and fauna. And there's only certain things that there's a fee for. Like if they've got a special exhibition on of maybe, Egyptian art or something, that you may have to reach into your pocket. But generally the whole place is free. When I get up the top of the road, top of the street here, the top of William Street, where it joins Park Street and College Street intersection, that's the end of William Street. It's about the same length as Castlereagh Street that I did the other day. It's around about the 1.4k mark from Go to Woe. And there's Hyde Park on both sides of Park Street. Alright, let's turn around now and have a look back to see where we walked. I'll quickly sneak out here. Oh, bugger it, while we're here, let's see if we can take a sneaky look into St Mary's Cathedral. Haven't been in there in donkey's years. So it might be a cold day, but with the sun out, it's a beautiful one. Not so good timing with that damn bus backing into a parking spot. Let's see if we can have a quick squeeze into St Mary's Cathedral. Here we are in the lovely St Mary's Cathedral. Stations of the Cross adorning the walls. Confessionals over here. think I prefer the side walkway more with the lighting that it's got. It's a nice little spot too. This is the main strip just here, but it's all roped off. I can't get in. And look at the lovely design and stained glass in the back. I think that'll do for the little squeeze through St Mary's Cathedral. It was a unplanned skirt through this cathedral today. There's Hyde Park and the Archibald Fountain in the distance there. Centre Point Tower looming over it. Now we've got to find a nectar. Oh, look at the bin chickens trying to get into the rubbish. Look. Going off. They're all working together. The ringleader's sitting on top of the bin here, ordering the other two to find some food in the bags. And they're yelling back at him saying, "We can't find anything." Yeah, there's another acknowledgement. "Can't find anything, boss." But yeah, what I was going to do is let's see if I could get a nectar here at bloody Metro St James. We've walked past it a few times, but it's never been open. So let's get into it, see if we can get a nectar here. And then we'll watch the guys playing chess as we walk past. Can we get a nectar at Metro St James? I hope so. As the skilled barista creams up my milk. Here he goes, pouring it in. Oh, I can taste it already. Oh, here it is. Here's the flat white. And let me take the moment to thank one Linda. Thank you, Linda, for the nectar that you have provided today. It's come off the back of a few other nectars as well, so I'm like all nectared up. But there's Metro St James over there. Decided rather than sitting in there, I'd get a takeaway and just have it here on the stairs of Hyde Park. Looking over at the entrance to St James's Station, David Jones, up to Centre Point Tower, and down Market Street. So let me give you the try of this nectar and I'll let you know what it's like. I'm not going to put my mush on the camera today because I've shaved off my goatee and I'm a bit self-conscious. I'm going to grow it back quick smart. It's a good coffee. Caramelly, smooth, creamy. Can taste a bit of chocolate at the end. So good enough. And late in the afternoon, it's past 3 p.m. now. So I was so desperate for a coffee, I would have drunk anything, I think. So yeah, hang around to the end of the vid and you'll see this and my sandwich that I had for lunch. So while stare down Market Street, I'll thank you for coming on the little skirt today down the historic William Street in Sydney. 1.4 k's in total, east from Rushcutters Bay Park, west to College Street. We'll see you in the next vid. The video is over as a few school kids from St Mary's Cathedral School start to walk home. Oh, we're in Lankelly Place in Potts Point, and we're here to grab some lunch at a famous sandwich shop that's getting pumped up all over Sydney at the moment. My mate recommended it to me. It's called Salamiri. I hope that's how you pronounce it. But when we get up here, have a look at the people crowded around it and lined up inside as well. I got a ticket. I don't know how long it's going to take to make, but that's it there, just there where those people are seated and people lined up inside. So let's wait for the sandwich to arrive. So I decided to take a seat next to the El Alamein fountain in Potts Point / King's Cross. So let's see what all the fuss is about these sandwiches. It looks pretty good. All Italian, the sandwiches. So all the staff were Italian as well. I'll tell you what, all the fuss was right. Delicious, delicious sandwich. So let me consume the rest of this. And I guess I'll see you when we have nectar later. While we're here, we might as well capture these lovely police horses outside King's Cross Police Station. All done up in their regalia, painted hoofs, shiny coats.